And we are live.
And we are live.
And I'm going to walk behind the camera this time.
I went to the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's me making my chili.
Alright, so we're going to press record.
Alright, let's share it a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead, do that.
Oh, that's right. It's on your page.
Should have got another
one on there. All right. Okay. All right.
It should be a notification. Oh, there you go.
I'm sure it's a story. I'm gonna put this on my page. And I'm gonna put this in all the groups.
Actually, do that.
Share it to our page.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah. Get back, guys!
What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Now, I can't say happy Sunday to our Facebook.
Oh, true.
He was looking at me like, Sunday? Nigga.
You know we lying and telling the show is live on Mondays? I be putting this shit in any group I see. FYI, don't add me to your groups if you don't want me posting our shit in your groups.
Yeah. Cause you will get this work. Like,
you gonna get this work.
Yeah, my karaoke niggas all know. They be like, but JB, we don't see you at Chaplains anymore. It's cause I be doing a podcast.
You wanna see me? Mm-hmm. Go online, motherfucker.
And thank you for those that do, because quite a few of them do, actually.
That's what's up. Shout out to the karaoke singers.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all make the world go round.
Yep, and I will be back.
I'm going to go too. I'm going to sing Fruition.
Right, that high note.
Yeah, once we start smoking, we can both hit that high note.
Exactly.
All right, JB, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
We are started.
All right. We've shared it in all the groups. If you're watching this on YouTube or listening on Apple
Music,
Spotify, Google Play, Christian Mingle,
Transistor.
Shout out to Transistor
for real, yeah,
for giving us the opportunity to do this podcast and to own our podcast. Because you guys use an Anchor, you don't own your podcast, and you don't own the intellectual property, and it's bad. It's like being a rapper that don't own his masters. Mm-hmm. Like you want ownership, especially at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get it cracking. It's a pod named Kickback, dog. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say it all together. I like that they got that shit yesterday too. They immediately got that.
We'll tell you who they are
exactly.
in a second. But first, let's go ahead and introduce it. Welcome to a pod named Kickback, also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm no breaks new, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I catch it. If you got it, I match it. Every Shmonday, we right back at it. I feel fantastic.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's JB Frank. I'm that gangsta geek representing NWA. Nerds with attitude. Happy Shmonday, everybody. I'm that gangsta geek representing.
I got the speakers to one of me. Let me fix some of this shit, JB.
It's a lot going on. In stereo.
You almost got some new hosts. What's going on?
Right.
But I'm Meek. And Meek, we met some of Meek's folks, Mecca, from the Color Cannabis.
Yes.
I know I said that all wrong.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. It's blame JB.
Yeah.
Meek, type the name of their podcast.
Yeah, we want to get that exactly right. Good look, good homie. I mean, just a good time.
Yeah. And we were at Jade's event. You guys remember Jade, the erotic storyteller? Yep. She's been on our podcast, and we've done quite a few events with her. She taped the episode of her podcast yesterday.
Yep.
JB and I were invited. We went out. So Mellow Mel, he used to be on Kickback. She was there. Well, we invited her. She came, and a couple other people. And Jay's podcast is about sex. So we were in our sex bag yesterday, and we had to talk about quite a few things. Anything stand out to you, JB?
Well, first of all,
I said it right. It's Cash Color Cannabis Podcast.
Okay.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, indeed. I actually shout out to Jay because the podcast was really, really polished. I could tell she had a vision and a direction for the podcast. It was really, really well orchestrated, well moderated by her. The topics were hot. The flow was good. The guests were popping. Like it was just well done. You know what I'm saying? And so that is the biggest thing that I noticed about the show.
Yeah, Jay is she's a businesswoman.
Right.
So I definitely agree with that, JB. I like the location. Urban Market Plaza.
Yeah, Urban Market Plaza.
Yeah. Shout out to them, brothers and sisters that own that. Support black business.
Indeed.
And we talked about a lot of different things dealing with sex. I think there was something that we talked about. What was it? A porn?
Yeah,
something?
She asked the icebreaker question, and
Okay.
it was if your sex life were a porn category, which porn category would it be?
Oh yeah, we had some crazy answers.
Very
for
specific.
every question.
Right,
but
right.
For this one, JB, tell them what you said. I tell them what I said.
I said that mine would be prone bone compilations. Now, for those of you who don't know what prone bone is, that's when a woman lies down flat on her belly and her legs are closed, and the man climbs on top of her and straddles her and inserts, and prone bone. That's
probably the worst visual ever. What is he doing, JB?
I think you got the point across. But one of the things that the ladies said when I brought that up, they was like, well, first of all, describe it, because nobody knew what the position was called.
What was the dude's name?
Yeah.
I know that guy.
right. Which means that he had clearly been watching quite a bit of it. Anyway, but then all the ladies were like, oh shit, that's the jump that gets you right to the G-spot. And I was like,
duh.
Yeah.
A dealer dude.
Anyway, so that was what
Me called you freak nasty.
Oh, come on, man. How does that make... Anyway, so Nu, what was your answer to that question? Because yours was intriguing as well.
Mine was ebony, amateur, orgasm, squirt. Because it's about our current sex life, right?
Right.
And a lot of sheet washing and towels and covers, mattress covers. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
Sheet changing and
yeah.
It can get messy. All good things.
All good things.
Anyway, shout out to Jay for having No, I was just gonna say for having a fantastic show. But go ahead and dime out. When we're expecting to see that.
I believe it's this week. I know she has a cameraman. I know he's editing footage. But I believe it will be out this week, and we'll post. We'll post. Get you guys the information.
Make sure that you guys are able to watch that, because
it was videotaped. She had a cameraman there. She all fancy. We record our video on phones.
Yeah, on a tripod.
But I wish I could show you the phone is on a tripod. We got the lights and shit. I'm gonna show y'all when the podcast is over.
It's pretty professional.
We do our
professional.
thing. We do our thing. You ready? So let's get into these topics. Look at me. Why are you rolling your eyes, me? You don't like squirting? Okay, whatever. Moving on.
I bet her nigga does, though.
Nigga got on nigga. Me got old maid.
Oh, Lord.
But let's see. So, my favorite categories. My left stroke just went viral. Our viral story of the week. Now, this ain't one of my favorite topics, but the viral story is always good because I'm always on Facebook arguing with people, discussing.
Y'all were arguing like shit over
here. This one. JB's cousin from DC named Tank was on Angela Yee's lip service. They both look alike. Hold up. Do you sing? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you sing, JB?
That does not make
That means you're cousins. That means you're... It absolutely does.
No, it does not.
Hold up. Do you sing? Yes or no?
Am I related?
Do you sing? Do you sing?
Am I related to Taylor Swift? Can I get a
clear yes or no?
Am I sing? Am I related to Taylor Swift?
You might be.
Shut up.
Does Tank sing?
We both sing.
All right, that makes
whatever, man. Just go get to the topic. Jesus Christ.
Because Jamie's first cousin Tank.
Whatever, yeah. Come on, y'all.
We call him TV.
Come on, y'all.
He the wankster freak.
What?
Okay.
This asshole. Yeah.
So Jamie's first cousin was on Angela Yee's podcast, and they were. To be fair, it was a very involved discussion. It wasn't just about homosexual sex. He was basically saying one of the girls said that she dated a dude who lied to her twice, and now he's a liar. She won't deal with him.
Right.
And he's like, just because somebody does something twice doesn't make them that thing. And they were like, what if a guy robbed a bank twice? Is he a bank robber? He's like, no, not at 2 times. Well, what if he killed somebody? Does that mean he's a killer? Not at 2 times. And so Angela Yee goes, what if he sucked 2 dicks? And Tank goes, he's not gay. He maybe tried one, wasn't sure if he liked it, tried it again, and decided he didn't like it, so he's not gay. And I immediately was like, I won't call bullshit. Not that I'm saying Tank is gay, because that's JB cousin. I don't want to disrespect him. So I'm not even worried about whether that Tank is gay. You know, I'm just saying, it's your family. But this is the thing. On Facebook, everybody was getting mad at Tank, calling him gay, or getting mad at people for saying he was gay.
Taking shit out of context.
And that wasn't even my issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
My issue was literally with what he said.
Right.
Because to me, to try a homosexual act, you've had to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you thought about it, this is what I said yesterday. You could have never done anything gay in your entire life.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
But if you're thinking about it, to me, you gay. Just because you suppress it, don't mean you not gay. You thinking about it, you gay. You just fighting it or something.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. First of all, let me go back a second. Tank could have made his point without saying that. And one of the things that you informed me of later on is that he actually doubled down. He was like, yeah, y'all bullshitting and calling me gay. I'm not gay, whatever. But that is totally outside the point I was making. The point that he was making is a man who lies twice shouldn't be categorized as a liar. And then the women turned it into other things that you can categorize based on 2 actions. Mm-hmm. Robbing somebody, murdering somebody, sucking 2 dicks. Those things make you a doer of specific things.
You're a doer. You're doing.
Yeah,
you're doing.
Lying is something that is prevalent across all of humanity, though. You cannot equate lying with those things. First of all, let me make that point. Second of all, this nigga is.
The people listening to us, they have no idea what's going on. Like, why are they laughing? I'm just acting an ass with sign language.
On 11 today. Anyway, second of all, the crazy thing about this is that, if you, like you said, if you think about sucking 2 dicks, or if you are anywhere near a dick, then you're probably gay, man.
Or at least bi. Or pan. You're not straight. You're not heterosexual is my point.
Right. Let's just keep it really, really simple, my G. First of all, thank you. If you, heterosexual men don't think like that, you know? There's only one dick that's a part of my life, and it's mine. I'm not thinking about nobody else's dick. I'm not contemplating it's not a part of my paradigm. And it gets frustrating when all of these other community members try and make the penis a part of the heterosexual male paradigm when it just isn't. You know?
Alphabet people.
Yeah, real talk. Anyway, let me grab the other mic because shit is crazy.
I'll hold it down when you gone, JB. Don't you worry. So, I think once you go there, Meek said, she said get him, but then she said, C-Call Tank said Tootsie Roll, how many licks to a throat, dick face ass, sugar tank.
Oh, Lord.
Don't sexuality shame Meek. It's nothing wrong with a nigga sucking dick. But you're just not straight if you do it. Nah, let them live.
Come on.
Hey, they want to suck dick, they can suck dick. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, well, now
there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a man sucking dick.
It's absolutely
but
nothing wrong
you can't say you're straight if you're doing it.
Thank you.
That's my issue.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with being gay or bisexual either, you know. But it is what it is. We're not gonna call a heart a spade. You know, that's just not what's popping.
And that's what I think Tate was trying to do. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. I think that if you are, I'll say it again, you don't even have to do it.
Right.
If you're thinking about it, I think that makes you at least bi.
Yeah, because again, it's just not a part of the male heterosexual sexual existence. Like, it's just not a part of what we do. I mean, and you can call it like, you can't really call that homophobia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to have to try everything I don't like. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my word for it, and I'm gonna say I don't think I like it.
Yeah.
So I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm allergic to cats, so I don't like to be around cats. Like, call it a sociological allergy. I'm allergic to penises. Like, I'm just not, like, I don't need them in my life at all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Crystal said it sounds like a double standard. What's the double standard, Crystal? We're gonna wait for you. I'm gonna wait for you to respond. You tell me what the double standard is, because I don't see the double standard. I clearly said it's anybody's right to explore their own sexuality however they choose. You just can't be explorative and say you're straight. That's all I'm saying. And I say the same thing to women.
Right.
If you're eating pussy, there's nothing wrong with eating pussy.
You're bisexual.
I love the taste.
Right.
You're bisexual, pansexual, or lesbian.
Yeah. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship with a bisexual woman either.
Or with two bisexual women in a V or in a triad kitchen table party. Holla at me. I'm always single.
This guy.
Shout out to the Q.
Indeed. Well, Lou, we need to move along right now to.
Yeah, I wanted to give Crystal a chance to respond.
Okay,
I'll tell you what we'll do.
Okay.
Since I want to switch around a little bit,
because
what Tank said was kind of stupid.
Right.
And he should have gotten the Shut Up Stupid award.
Okay, here we go.
But since he didn't get it because we had to give it to somebody else.
Right. Let's move on to our Orange 45 Shut Up Stupid award. We got two winners this time.
Yeah, JB and Tank's family started a business.
I wish.
Tampons called Always.
I wish. Procter and Gamble. I wish I was a part of one of those families.
Okay, Meek just chimed in. I think most men who are curious about the same sex get anxiety when people label them as gay, even though they engage in same-sex activities. I would agree with that, Meek.
It's definitely
because I always think the one nigga who's like, I'm not gay, I'll never be gay. I'm like, yo, you're gay for real. Like, you're too. It's too much. You're too trying to prove you're not gay. That is like a red flag. I'm like, well, that nigga gay. Because I'm not gay and I don't have to yell about it or scream about it. I don't have to get mad about it. I don't have to make a big deal about it. It just is what it is. But when niggas is, I'm like, oh, you're a bottom, huh? Crystal China said that's where I think the double standard comes in. Crystal, baby, I'm trying to get to the root of what you're saying.
Please elaborate on your point.
The expectation and stigma associated with bisexuality in men versus with women. Yes, okay. That is a double standard. But that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm speaking to. Right. But I would agree. You are right.
Yes.
Because a woman's bisexual, everybody loves it.
Yep.
Man bisexual,
everybody hates it.
But nowadays, I've met quite a few women who say they watch gay porn. And I'm in this poly group on Facebook where women have said that their ideal dynamic is the one woman with two bisexual men. So even that is changing. And then women want to fuck transgenders. They're like, two women literally said this to me. You get titties and a dick. And I was like, wow. Oh, well, go get your titties and dick. So even that's changing. But I do agree, it's not changing, I guess, progressively enough. So Crystal, I think you're right.
Yeah.
There is a double standard. We're not perpetuating that double standard.
Absolutely not.
I don't care what you. I'm supporting everybody as long as you're safe and everybody's willing.
I mean,
I'm supporting everybody.
Do you? Like, do you in the privacy of your own home, whatever you want to do. Just don't put your paradigm on me. Don't try and label me based on what I'm doing.
Or don't take away our labels. Period. Like JB's family business, always tampons, is trying to do. Segue.
Yeah, this is.
So JB, tell them what your family's doing.
Lord, Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble has decided to change the labeling on all of their tampon and menstrual product packets, removing the female sign. And again, those of you who are don't know, the female sign is the one with the perfect circle at the top and then the line going down and then the cross in between, right? It is the sign of Venus. The worldwide female sign. It's been on their packaging for decades now. They have decided to remove that based on the influence of a male blogger activist. This guy apparently emailed Procter and Gamble, tweeted about his concerns and his issues with the sign of Venus being on these menstrual products and how it would offend the transgender community.
Okay, I want to stop right there, JB. Can you tell me how it would offend them? I don't see how they would be offended.
Very good question, because no, it would not. Because when you are transitioning, it's particularly in that direction, right? When you are going from male to female, I always thought that a part of the movement was that you identified yourself as female. So you are a non-female trapped in, you are a female trapped in a non-female's body, right? Mm-hmm. So why would you have any issue whatsoever with the sign of Venus being on products that you have now gone through therapy and hormonal therapy and transitional surgery and transitional therapy and rehabilitation to even be able to use?
Yeah, and then even went to the trouble of trying to make me call you a woman, so, which I'm struggling with. And, but even after that, you don't want the woman symbol, which you have now, you embrace becoming a woman or being a woman, and outwardly being seen as a woman because you've always felt you were a woman, just not labeled or assigned that. So now you've gone through the process, like JB said, of now having your gender be assigned,
right,
or reassigned, and you're a woman, but you have a problem with the woman symbol on the product that you would use as a woman.
It is hypocrisy on the highest level of order, because let's keep this in mind, guys. This isn't just a social movement. This isn't just an activist movement. Are we getting new information?
Yeah, Crystal said, and Crystal, our new field correspondent, she said the issue is the transition in the other direction when women become men. I don't know how that's the issue, because if you felt like you've always been a man and then you had a surgery to become a man and be assigned a man, why do you care what's on the Oh, wait a minute. Do women that transition to men still have periods?
Mm-hmm. While they're women, absolutely.
Well, no, once they become men.
Oh, I don't even.
Can somebody answer that? Because if they become a man, because we can't. Would you be honest?
No, yeah, I know. You can't. No, I can't. No, they remove all of that, all of those organs.
So
it requires a uterus to menstruate.
So that doesn't make sense either, Crystal. Either way, because if you're a woman that transitions to a man and you no longer have a period, why are you even looking at always tampons?
So I think I get the point, but however I disagree with it. I think the point is that these women.
Oh, she said they still have periods.
Oh Lord, that is.
Oh, while they're transitioning.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Thought. So they're still a woman, but they feel as though they are a man trapped in a woman's body. Thus, they have an issue with the symbol because they feel like they are a man going to buy those products that now have a woman's label on it. I still don't think that this is an issue because the product is associated with biological processes that only happen in female bodies. So whether you feel as though mentally or whatever you are a man or not, you cannot deny that you have a female body because that is the trap that you have yourself said that you are in right now, that you are trying to get out of, right? So I don't understand. I don't understand. I still don't understand the objection to this being a feminine product, because
I agree, JB, because I'm looking at it, it's like, if you are in the transit, I don't think it's that big a deal. I think you could put the feminine symbol on my favorite vodka, I'm gonna drink it. It's just not that big a fucking deal.
Number one.
So what do you want there? Nothing there? Do you want a transitioning symbol? It's like, goddamn, it's like you give a nigga an instant one a foot, give him a foot to one a mile, give him rope to one be a goddamn cowboy. It's like, it's too much. And I think we got bigger things to worry about than this fucking symbol on a tampon box.
I would argue, and again,
like,
I can't speak for them, New, but I would argue, and in fact, they said this themselves in the article. They have bigger fish to fry than this. They're not worried about this. What the transgender community has overwhelmingly said is that this is this one guy who did this one thing on his own. This is not something that the transgender community or the political machine behind the transgender movement is checking for. They're not like, they had basically no response to what happened. They were just kind of like,
yeah, okay.
Whatever.
I think that I wore the perfect shirt because we're going to have about 4 of these topics today.
Right.
And I'm just going to stand up and say, breaking news. I don't care. I don't care. Like, yeah. I don't care. I don't care.
That's real. And we don't care. And apparently the real transgender community doesn't care either, because the dude who actually did all of this is an activist. He's actually not a transgender person. He is a guy who decided he was going to speak on the rest of the community.
And we decided that he's going to shut the fuck up. So you won the Donald Trump, shut the fuck up, stupid award. Shut the fuck up, stupid.
Shut up. Moving on, y'all.
Oh shit, JB stepfather, Donald Trump.
Orange 45. Now, you guys know that he is always promoting himself as the deal maker, as the businessman, the consummate business professional, this, that, and the third. Well, an analysis came out recently that shows that in terms of the federal government, his deals have been trash. Like, everything that he has done in terms of foreign policy has only weakened the United States negotiating position.
He couldn't even get A$AP Rocky out of jail in Sweden. Right. What the fuck?
So this is interesting because basically they're saying that the great deal maker is full of shit, and he can't make deals on behalf of the federal government because everything that he has done recently has weakened our position. North Korea, Turkey, Afghanistan, Russia, all of these moves where he's pulling troops out of these locations are lessening and lowering our influence, and also destabilizing those regions because it's allowing terrorist organizations to step in and take control. These are horrible, horrible deals for the federal government that the quote deal maker is making. Here's the 401. Did I say that correctly? 411.
Yeah, 411. They be shout out all our people in Baltimore. The 401, but they 410.
Yeah.
What's 401?
401 is like New Jersey somewhere. I just fucked that up.
Shout out to everybody in the 401. And don't call 401 when you need information. Call 411.
Well, here's the
Mary J. Blige will give you the 401. What's the 411?
The 411 is that these are deals. In fact, they are just not deals on behalf of the American government or America. They are deals on behalf of Donald Trump. Case in point, there is a Trump Tower under construction in Russia, in Moscow. So maybe some deals are being made, y'all. Let's just keep it a buck and keep our eye on what this crooked motherfucker is doing, because he's fucking our country, but he's trying to line his own pockets. It just is what it is.
Yeah, and he's looking crazy because he's pulling out of countries, he's starting shit, pulling out without getting any results, and everybody's looking like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You look like a fucking amateur. This is like amateur night at the Apollo. This is not amateur ebony orgasm squirt. This is just amateur shit. It's just amateur shit.
Yeah,
he's an amateur president.
Yeah, I mean, it's bum shit. His whole presidency has been a clusterfuck, and hopefully by Thanksgiving we will start proceedings for impeachment and get him up out of there.
Yeah, we ain't time for these clusterfucks. They leave you foolbarred. JB, I'll give you a nickel if you can tell me what football stand for and what movie it came from.
I have no idea.
Anybody knows the answers to where football came from? It's an 80s movie.
No idea.
Well, Sylvester Stallone and the white guy, Kurt Russell, I think, were in a movie called Tango and Cash. And they said that somebody was FUBAR, and FUBAR is fucked up beyond all recognition. You remember that at all?
I do remember that.
Hey.
I love that movie, Tango and Cash. Yes, and you got the actors perfect. It was Sylvester Stallone and Kurt.
I'm on my shit today, JB.
Yeah,
you see me, JB? I'm on my shit.
That was great. That was great. I love that movie. Okay, FUBAR. That's what's up. I actually never used that term because I didn't know what the fuck it was. But
Crystal says she know. Crystal thinks she know everything. Crystal, I'm so tired of you. You are not going to get an A on this test, okay? Okay? Don't be a teacher's pet. Let the other students answer. Crystal was in class like this every day.
Yeah.
Anyone know what your pursuit is?
Yeah.
Who did their homework assignment? Who did their extra homework? I'm just fucking with you, Crystal. Thank you. We love when y'all interact with us. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm just teasing.
That's all right, Crystal. Gangster geeks raise their hand. You know, it's so.
Oh, she's a gangster geek.
I mean, she sounds like it. Yeah.
One day we gotta divide our audience between gangster geeks and righteous ratchets.
Yeah,
and see who was who.
Dump that out right now. Right now. Put your comment in. Comment in. Which one are you? Are you a gangster
geek or righteous ratchet? We gonna figure that shit out. Yeah, that's we gonna give y'all. If you're a righteous ratchet, I'm gonna give you 5 orgasms. If you're a gangster geek, JB gonna give you 5 books.
Sure. Great. I'm just glad I'm not signing up for 5 orgasms because niggas righteous ratchet. You gotta make some calls.
right.
You know.
Oh Lord. I'm gonna get one of them jade toys.
Line up, lady. Line up.
Like the hysteria line. Yeah. Come see the doctor. Right. You all got hysteria. I'll fix it.
That's a dope factoid, by the way. Anyway, I'm not going to digress into that.
Well, see, Crystal says she is a gangster geek.
Hey!
You order 5 books.
If you're a gangster geek, then you don't need my 5 books, right?
You got your 5 book recommendations.
5 book recommendations?
We can both give recommendations.
Sure.
I'll recommend the 4 Agreements.
Guns, Germs, and Steel.
The Alchemist.
The Quran.
J. Prince, the Art and Science of Respect.
Well,
that's 5, right?
Is
so
it?
She said, no, wait, I want the 5 O's. I got enough books. Oh, shit.
I ain't mad at that. She's a gangster geek. That's the perfect response for a gangster geek. I love that shit. Yo, shout out to Crystal.
And y'all don't wonder why we're talking to Crystal so much. Because we record the show live on Facebook.
Right.
So if you're watching on YouTube, you're like, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't see anything. If you're listening on Spotify, Christian Mingle, or Apple, you're like, who are they talking to?
Right.
We record the show live on Facebook, and you can follow it live on Facebook. And what's the name of the show, JB?
A pod named Kickback, nigga.
You just put the @ sign in front of it, @ a pod named Kickback on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Christian Mingle. Yeah. Black men who love pussy. Like, we're on all those sites. Just log in.
Yeah.
So, all right. I do want to do a rest in peace. So we got to get a little serious. Rest in peace to Cupcake. I don't even want to get into the gory details of the story, but JB, really quickly, can you let them know what happened?
Yeah, a little girl, a little toddler was found missing. She and another toddler stepped out from a birthday party. The people who were watching all of the kids don't know why the 2 little ones stepped outside, but at any rate, they stepped outside. One of the little toddlers, Cupcake, was taken, abducted. And a manhunt has been ongoing since October 12th. Unfortunately, God forbid, She was found in a dumpster yesterday, a dumpster just outside of the apartment complex where they were having the birthday party. So they had looked and looked and looked everywhere, hoping that the child was just missing. So, prayers go up for the family and the bereaved, because this is just a terrible, terrible tragedy.
Absolutely, man. Prayers up, positive energy, sending love and light your way.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't have nothing else. Let's move on. Let's give a moment of silence and then we'll move on. So, on everybody where you are, we're gonna do this together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get back to the show.
Indeed, and let's swing this in a positive direction. Let's get on to our Nipsey Hussle Award for this week, and it goes
Black Excellence.
Yes, indeed.
And it goes to JB's nephew, Gucci Mane.
I'll take that one. Yeah, finally, I get a good one. Yeah, Gucci Mane did an interview with Charlamagne the God, and
let me give you the backstory.
Let's do that.
So we know, everybody knows Gucci was on the Breakfast Club, alluded to flirting with Angela Yee and her trying to get some dick from him. And then she denied it, and then he posted a clip that showed her flirting with him, which doesn't mean she was trying to get dick. But she did admit, she did say that, what they say about Asian girls, like basically saying she could take his dick. He was saying, I got a big dick, you can't handle it. And she was like, I'm a little petite woman and I'm Asian. And you know what they say about us. So I could take it, basically. And I think that was maybe the end of it. He said she texted him asking what hotel he was in.
Right.
And he never really responded or whatever. But that's not what I want to talk about today. When he did the interview with Charlamagne the God, the only thing that went viral was him saying, basically, fuck Angela Yee and fuck DJ Envy. And that was the viral story. That was the big takeaway for everybody.
But it was an hour-long interview.
It was an hour-long interview, and that was literally like 40 seconds, and it was the most insignificant 40 seconds in the whole video, JB.
Right.
Gucci's video with Charlamagne is one of the most inspirational interviews I've seen all 2019. And if I let you guys tell it, the only thing he talked about was DJ Envy and Angela Yee. He talked about learning to control his temper.
Yep.
I'm a nigga with a crazy temper, and I'm still struggling to try to control it. JB didn't try to help me. F didn't try to help me. Every girl I done dated tried to help me. I'm working on it. But Gucci said some shit in that interview that I think got through to me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh shit. I think I can get a little bit better handle on my fucking temper. What he said made a lot of fucking sense. He talked about his transformation. Everybody saying he was cloned because he came out in shape and reading books. But you gotta think, Gucci was just this wild ass, crazy, drunk high nigga.
Right.
That now totally changed his life. Healthy than a motherfucker. Eating good, working out, in shape. He's a model now.
Right.
He's reading books. He's written a book. He totally transformed his life. And he talks about his temper. He talks about rehabilitation. Talks about being in jail. Talks about going to therapy. Talks about having a good woman to hold him down.
Right.
And
that's great. A couple of things one thing in particular new that jumped out at me was when he talked about the transformation of kicking all of the bad habits that were associated with his previous life and what that transformation was. And he said straight up, it started in jail. It started with therapy and counseling, and in jail there were just no drugs there, so it wasn't a thing for him, right? But then he talked about what happened during probation and how he stuck with the program, being clean of the drugs and dealing with the bullshit, how he changed his associations and how that hurt him socially, emotionally, because he's his family, his friends that he's rocking with, and he can't really be around them because they're.
Well, he can't be around felons. Well, because he was on probation, he literally couldn't be around them.
Right. Absolutely true. But that whole thing, because the drug use and everything kind of went along with that package, right? But then the thing that stuck out to me the most new was how he talked about when probation was over, he was like, I just need to keep doing what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And to me that drove home a really, really important point. Bad habits are habit forming. Good habits are habit forming. All you need to do to change your life is not think about how insurmountable removing an addiction or getting in shape or eating healthy is. All you got to do is do it one day at a time until you form a habit. Because habit formers are life molding.
I had a routine that was working.
Right.
And I stuck with the routine.
Exactly right.
And that registered to me, like, for those of you who are following my weight loss journey, as I try to lose this ankle weight. I call it ankle weight because I broke my ankle and couldn't work out, couldn't run. So I got fat, I got chubby. So as I'm trying to lose this ankle weight, I went to Orange Theory Saturday. And it's Hell Week, which means it's the most intense classes. And it felt good. There was a bunch of people around. I said I was with the Real Housewives of Dunwoody. Because it's a bunch of, we look like housewives, 40-year-old white women in there working out and shit. And I was right there with him, going through all the processes of Orange Theory. And it is about a routine.
Yeah.
Because he said, I found a routine that kept me out of trouble. And I'm thinking, like, if you set a schedule, which I'm good at, which is when I'm my most successful, is when I make a schedule. Like, literally, I wake up at 6, go to work out at 6:15, go to take a shit at 6, whatever. When I literally map my day out, I'm my most successful. And I haven't been doing that too much lately. And it kind of struck me that that's what Gucci said has been his secret. Yeah. I made a routine. It kept me out of trouble, so I'm sticking to it.
Yep. I got an app for you, actually. I downloaded it today. It's like a workout planner app. And the way it works is you can design your own custom workout. And for me, it was push-ups, pull-ups, crunches, knee raises, and a 15-minute run. So basically, that's like a 20 to 25 minute workout. But you can set the reps, the sets, what what time, your times. So let's say you want to run for 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever. You can set that, and then you literally press go, and it takes you through the workout. There's a voice that takes you through the workout, like 10 reps in this set now, and then you hit done, and it's like good job. Now on to the next one.
Okay.
And you can set it to a schedule, and it'll give you calendar entries in your schedule. So it'll set alarms for you. And you can set the alarms to be 15 minutes before you need to start your workout. So let's say you want to work out at 6:15 a.m. every morning. You can set a daily reminder. Do your daily workout, and it'll wake you up. And then you hit that jump and then get started. So it's really, really tight. But yeah, habit forming. Putting yourself in a position where you can do the same good things for your body, your mind, and your soul every single day is what I learned from that interview, and it was dope.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out to Gucci. I know a little bit of backsliding with his vitriol for Angela Yee and DJ Envy, but overall, he seems to be doing a lot of good things, and I thought he was deserving of the Nipsey Hussle Award.
Indeed.
Someone else that is deserving of the Nipsey Hussle Award.
Doing great things.
Is Lyft. And for you guys that don't know, I drive for Lyft from time to time. When I need some pocket change, some extra money, I don't like driving, but I love meeting people. I love getting around Atlanta. So I like it, and I'm proud to work for them sometimes because of what they're doing now.
Absolutely.
Lyft has instituted a program where they will take you to job interviews for free, and if you get the job, you get 3 weeks of free rides back and forth to work. That's fucking amazing.
Absolutely phenomenal.
That's fucking great. I only liken it to like I had a job where we used to get the cars washed at.
Oh,
that's where I was going.
Yeah,
I was right on that street. There's a dry cleaner.
Yeah,
and the dry cleaner has a sign that says, if you have an job interview, we will dry clean your interview outfit for free.
That's what's up.
Basically, if you go in there and say I have a job interview, they will dry clean the outfit for you for free.
That's dope.
And I always thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that, because whenever I drove past it, I'd be like, I want to give them my business, just because they're doing such a nice thing for people. But this reminds me of that. But this is bigger. This is bigger than that.
It's huge.
This is so great, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's paint a picture, young. Let's say you lost your job 2 or 3 months ago, and your bread is fucked up, your car has problems, and your car won't go right now. Or let's say your money is so fucked up that gas money going back and forth to that interview is going to be crazy. And it's going to be even crazier if you get the job. Let's say the job is a half an hour away.
I've definitely been in that position where I got a job that was so far and it was like, I need this job, but how the fuck am I going to get this?
So what we're talking about here is we're talking about potentially like somewhere around between, $40 and $100 that they're going to be able to do to, kick you over that edge a little bit. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Your first 3 rides to work, that might be a half a tank of gas, like
well, even if 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Well,
then
that's at least
that's 15 days.
Yeah, so that's at least 3 tanks of gas. Then that takes it to close to like $150 that they're giving up to get you over the hump. Yeah. I mean, that's just good money. Like that's just a good thing. Like it'll help so many people. Shout out to Lyft for doing such a wonderful thing.
Hell yeah, man! Shout out to Lyft. And if you're lucky and you're in the Atlanta area and it's a Thursday night, you might wind up in my Lyft. Ladies, if you get in my Lyft, you can get the drift if you get my drift. And no, actually no, because that's sexual harassment. You won't do that. But shout out to Lyft.
Yeah, shout out to Lyft, and where New was going with that ill-played transition was to our Netflix and chill segment.
You know what I'm saying? You can get some Netflix and chill. Once you get in the Lyft and get a thrill. You know the deal. Pill?
He is trying to emulate our cover Netflix and chill story, the movie Dolomite.
Hey!
Written, produced by Eddie Murphy. This was released on Netflix, so it's available on Netflix. And it's gonna be it's a good watch, dude. Like it's well worth checking out, especially those of you in our community who grew up hearing about, knowing about, watching those old Dolomite movies. You know what I'm saying?
All the blaxploitation movies, The Mac, Sheba, Hell Up in Harlem. All those movies. I'm a big blaxploitation fan. I always have been. And it tripped me out when F said yesterday, he was like, I didn't even know anything about those movies until I came over your house. I used to have these niggas watching all the old blaxploitation movies when we were in high school 30 years ago. But this movie, Dolomite, is the true story of Rudy Ray Moore, the actor that played Dolomite.
Yes.
So this movie is telling his story. So a lot of people were like, I don't want to see Eddie Murphy making Dolomite. Dolomite wasn't that good a movie. It was corny karate. Remember we tried to do the fake karate a couple episodes ago. But this is the story of the actual actor Rudy Ray Moore's life story, and I think that makes it different. And everybody told me they loved it. I watched a little bit of it. We had a fellas night last night. We wound up playing Madden and 2K and UFC and the Wii and all that shit. And we wound up watching the movie for a little bit. I will finish it, and I'll give you, we'll give you a full review.
Yeah, in-depth review.
But I think everybody needs to watch it. Because it's a comedy. It's feel good. Snoop Dogg's in it.
And it's talking about a historical figure that actually it has more importance in our culture than a lot of people give him credit for.
Godfather of rap, some people are calling him.
Exactly.
They're saying H. Rap Brown, James Brown, and Dolomite. Those are the forefathers of rap. Muhammad Ali doing those catchy bars, those 2-line bars. Where they're rhyming, doing the dozens or whatever. And Rudy Ray Moore made a living doing that. And Big Daddy Kane actually did a song with Rudy Ray Moore. Where they just did, Rudy Ray Moore isn't a rapper. So they had a very slow beat. And they just went back and forth capping on each other and bragging about how great they were. And shout out to Big Daddy Kane for doing that.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Big Daddy Kane because that's what really got me into the blaxploitation thing. That album was Taste of Chocolate. It came out about 1990, and I got obsessed with blaxploitation movies about 91. And that's partially due to Big Daddy Kane. So let's keep our history alive. There are blaxploitation movies. Some of them are kind of like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And some of them are really powerful. The Mac is one of those that's really, really powerful. Talks about the Black Panthers, talks about pimp culture, talks about when those two worlds collide. Do your history. Go look at some old blaxploitation movies. tailor your expectations, but you will be thoroughly impressed by quite a few of them. And the rest of them are at least funny.
Yeah, most of them are fucking hilarious, but it's important to see that point in our culture and that point in our history, because that was where, for me, it exemplifies a time where buy black meant more than just a slogan, you know what I'm saying, based on what was going on with our people. And this was the launch point, the pinpoint that started the black film industry, you know what I'm saying, dude? So it's important to understand those roots, you know.
Yeah, no Eddie Murphy, no Spike Lee, no John Singleton.
Exactly.
No Nowman.
None of those things
J.B.
without
Frank,
none of those things
podcast.
without the Rudy Ray Moores and you know, the dude who played Shaft and
Richard Roundtree.
Roundtree.
There was a Shaft remake a decade or so ago with Sam Jackson.
Yes.
There was another one last year based in Atlanta.
Yes, there was.
I watched it on Stars. Fucking good movie.
Really? Okay.
Good fucking movie.
Okay.
It stars the black dude from the Grown-ish TV show, the spinoff of Blackish, and it was actually good. I didn't want to see it. I just didn't really have a desire to see a new Shaft, but of course they modernized it, and that is really good. The new Shaft movie that came out last year, based in Atlanta.
And remind me who was Black Coffee. That was Pam Grier?
Yeah.
Pam Grier. You know, these are seminal
icons. Let's stop for a minute. One time, Pam Grier, Sheba Baby, Foxy Brown, Black Coffee.
Gorgeous.
All those names. I watched all those movies. I'm telling you, I'm a blaxploitation nerd. So I've seen them damn near all.
And it's just an important part of our history. Dolomite kind of brings that back for us. But we encourage you guys to go back and look at some of those films in the digital age. They're not actually hard to find, you know, and it's worth a quick look.
There is a app. You know, you got Netflix. There's an app for all black movies. I had it for like a month or two. It's only like $3.99. But then I just like I don't need it. But it is fuck. If I remember it, I'll tell you guys what it is. But it's Netflix for like all blaxploitation movies.
That's what's
and
up.
That shit is, you got everything.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
But I can't remember the fucking name. I'll try to find it. It's probably still on my phone.
Further in our Netflix and chill segment, Kerry Washington's new movie, we got to catch that preview on Facebook, and it looks intriguing. It's
intense, nigga.
Yeah. You know, Kerry Washington plays a mother with a biracial child, I guess, and there's a situation with her son where now he's being held by the police. This is what the trailer gives you. And it's just this whole weird dichotomy with her, you know, basically trying to convey to these cops like how real this shit is, you know what I'm saying?
It looks like they have her son.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know if he's been beaten up, if he's been killed,
right,
if he's in jail, if he's in a hospital, and the police aren't telling her shit.
Right.
Something went wrong with that traffic stop.
Right.
And she doesn't, Sandra Bland, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Eric Garner, something happened. And she's like, I want to at least see my fucking son.
Right.
And they're like, and then the rich, powerful white guy comes in, and the cop is like, yeah, this fucking nigger bitch is over here pressing us out. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, where is she? Then she walks into the room, and she goes, well, now that my ex-husband's here, can you tell us? And the cop is like, her ex-husband?
Right. Right.
And now it gets real, because now he's using his white privilege. Like, where the fuck my son?
Right.
That wasn't just a black boy, nigga. That was white privilege. That's my son. You half white. Fuck is my son. And the cops are like, fuck. So, and they don't tell you what happened to the son or what condition he's in. And that's the whole thing of the movie. It's trying to get to the son. The shit looks intense. I'm loving it. I want to see it.
Yeah.
It's high on my list.
Me too.
It's right up there with Queen and Slim.
Yeah. I mean, it looks...
The Black Bonnie and Clyde is right up there with that movie for me. I gotta see that.
Gotta say it again. We've talked about it before, but Godfather of Harlem, again, is a dope series. I just wanted to dime that out one more time, dude, because I enjoyed all 4 episodes that I've seen thus far thoroughly.
Okay, and so I gotta dime out the Wu-Tang series on Hulu. Nigga. we talked about it. The whole season is done now. They released it episode by episode, like a weekly TV show. I watched every episode, and that and Godfather of Harlem are like my two. I'm ranking them as the two best new shows on TV for 2019.
Indeed,
the Wu-Tang Show and Godfather of Harlem. I love them.
Gotta catch that Wu-Tang show, but I'm definitely with you on
God. Gotta watch that, dog.
Yeah, it's on my list. That shit
crazy.
It's on my list.
I put it up there with Power, if not better. And shout out to Power, because today's episode, I'm not going to tell you what happened, because I know some of y'all are late and don't watch it at midnight or first thing in the morning like I do. But I think I see how it's going to end. It's a lot of irons in the fire. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but like everybody's demise has been started. You can see the start point of everybody's demise, and it doesn't look like any of them will get out of it. So we'll see who's able to get out of it. We'll see who doesn't. It's on winter break. I think it comes back in January.
Okay.
Today's episode was the last one of the year, and I can tell you what's happening with Ghost, Tommy, Tasha, Tariq, Sax. Like, it's something happening to each of them, and they don't know about it. But the what was the irons in the fire? What's that saying?
I think that's it.
Yeah, the irons are in the fire. So we're going to see how it plays out.
Hey.
And that's our Netflix and chill segment.
Indeed. Let's move on to Eargasm right quick, new.
Yeah, JB's twin brother, Kanye West,
Lord,
dropped the album on Friday, a gospel album. It was a follow-up to JB's gospel album.
Now, in all fairness, I did do a semi-gospel album. It was all acapella stuff. It was years ago, but it wasn't this type of shit. This is
part two.
Nah, it wasn't this type of shit.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll say it again. Breaking news. I don't care about Kanye's album. But I knew as a responsible journalist, podcaster, we had to at least try to listen to a couple songs.
Yeah, and we did, and as the self-espoused Christian on the show, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not a fan of gospel rap or Christian rap, and the main reason why is that I have never heard the depth of content and the depth of substance that I hear in traditional hip-hop or regular hip-hop. So, hip-hop across the board, whether it's gangster rap, trap music, whatever, it's got to have content for me. It's got to have the essential elements of hip-hop, right? Lyrics, delivery, flow, a beat, you know what I'm saying? And catchiness, right? Most Christian rap I've heard has neither of those things. None of those things. And Kanye's, the songs that I heard reflected that lack of content, because it was basically him, shouting out a bunch of Junior Deacon expressions like "Let the church say amen," kind of shit. And I'm like, all right, my G, like that's not hip hop to me. So
I'll say this: there was one song. It's called "On God." I like the beat and I like some of the lyrics. People on Facebook were getting on me. I'm not a Kanye fan.
Right.
Oh my God, you're not a Kanye fan? You've been missing out on music. I ain't missing shit. I don't like it.
Nah.
You can't miss what you don't like. That's like saying, what, you ain't sucked a dick? You're missing out. I'm not Tank. I don't want to do it. I'm not missing out. I'm not.
I'm allergic to cats.
I'm allergic to Kanye.
Right.
He's a cat, he pussy. But I will say that I heard a couple beats that were cool. One of the songs, the ending line is Jesus. So it's like, Jesus, we need you to give us food. Jesus, tell people not to be rude. Jesus, help us pay our rent. Jesus, all our money spent. Jesus, and I was like, oh
yeah, that's better. That's
too much.
That's better flow than what I heard. Shit.
Well, I am a retired rapper, JD.
Yeah, it was. No, I mean, yeah, it was. Anyway, whatever. That's all I gotta say. I mean,
the only thing,
see his T-shirt.
I can do is there. I did hear one song that I would maybe reluctantly put on the Partner and Kickback playlist just so people can hear some shit. But I'm not really interested in supporting Kanye. So it's two things. I'm not a big fan of his music, and two, I don't want to support him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
But if you do like good music, If you like good music, yeah.
Oh,
that's sweet
guy.
soul music,
Yeah. Bringing up my old shit now.
Yeah. Shout out to Lou Rawls.
By the way, that's from an old show I did when I was a teenager. This asshole bringing up my high school shit.
But wasn't your brother right there in the front row cheering?
You were definitely brother
Goddamn
right
right.
there in the front row cheering.
Goddamn right.
It kind of helped. It kind of helped that all the finance girls,
makers. Shout out to Karen Beverly,
Sheba,
Lee Powell. Nah, fuck Sheba. Sheba cheated on me. Shout out Iyamata Dad, Sharon, Naya, Allison. Who else was the playmakers? Keitra, Kimber.
Oh, we was stacked back then, man.
Yeah, the playmakers. Shout out to the playmakers, man.
Indeed.
Kelsey Colley.
That's right.
If it wasn't for the playmakers and
Melvin
Andrews,
yes.
If it wasn't for them, I would have never met JB.
Indeed.
We would have never met Coffee. We never would have met Shmee, which meant we never would have met F. And that's the five. That's our crew. 30 years of brotherhood. And it all came from
the playmakers.
Yeah. So shout out to the playmakers. It was a children's theater group in DC. It was actually their elite component.
Yep.
They had a children's theater group and then the elite component. I was the first one in the five to make it to the elite component, so I'll put that out there. The first one.
He was indeed. He was the first, me was the second, I was the third. That is a fact.
And Coffee was the fourth.
Yep.
And F didn't have talent.
F was never.
Gilman doesn't have any talent. He just knows how to push buttons behind the scenes. Don't tell him I said that though.
Don't tell him you said that. Really, nigga?
He not even watching.
Of course.
Hey, you know I'm playing. I'm crazy. I don't know what I be saying. Sometimes I don't know. I just say stuff. It be organic. It just comes through.
This nigga got the coffee on clothes. That bullshit. That's that bullshit. Yeah, but check out that.
And all of that happened back home in DC.
Oh yeah, of course.
And in DC, right now, the Washington Nationals are in the World Series against the Houston Astros. Segway.
Indeed. The World Series is actually Game 5 is happening tonight.
Right now, it's on right now.
Yeah, the Nationals.
This is Monday morning we're recording, so it's not Sunday night.
Right. Happy Shmonday.
Happy Shmonday.
Yeah. Fuck that money out through me.
Right.
But shout out to the Nationals. I hope they prevel. Is the series tied?
It's tied 2-2. We won the first 2 games in Houston. They won the next 2 games.
Yeah, it's been a homestand series so far. So
yeah. Well, the road team has been winning.
Has it? It's
both games.
It's the other way.
It's other way.
I got that totally wrong, young. I got that.
It's a road stand.
Yeah, I got that. How did I fuck that up? Because I saw that anyway. That's crazy. I must have been high when I watched that. I said that out loud too.
He said on camera too. Yeah. He meant high as in high spirits.
I meant high as in high on life. I had a lot of caffeine that day. My broadcast.
Yeah, we believe you.
Whoops. Anyway, shout out.
And Meek need to bring us some damn edibles. Meek, do your job.
Yeah, stop playing because we those on camera. Anyway, shout out to the Nationals though, hometown team. I hope they win it because then that just solidifies our stance as
Title Town. Last year, the Capitals won the NHL Stanley Cup, and the Mystics lost in the finals. WNBA finals because I played got hurt. This year the Mystics won the WNBA finals and the Nationals are in the finals. And me and JB, a partner and Kickback, are in the finals for best podcast of the year. So Title Town, baby. Playing with y'all.
Playing with y'all. Speaking of playing, the NFL has been popping this year, dude. I'm loving all of the action.
Except your team. I may not like that.
Shut up. Fuck up. You gonna bring that Bama shit up.
The Washington football team. I'm not calling them the Redskins no more, JB. I'm not going to disrespect your ancestors. I'm referring to them as the Washington football team.
The Washington football team. I'm sure a lot of us would prefer that.
Shit!
Actually.
His helmet came off. Jesus Christ!
And you fucking around out there. This is a big game too.
Just so you know, what is this? Green Bay and Kansas City game is on. So we're gonna let you guys get up out of here in a second. We wanted to go over some of the news as far as football. So let's run through it real quick, JB. Who's your MVP so far?
My MVP so far has gotta be I like what's the name? Well, actually, Tom Brady. Actually,
Okay.
I think that there being 9-0 is playing into that. But you had mentioned it earlier. He's not putting up the yards that he does season to season, but managing those games, doing what he needs to do in key moments, and having a 9-0 record is big for me. So
don't give him extra games. They only 8-0, Mr. Boston Harvard graduate.
I did add an extra game because they just went 8-0 today.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, beat Cleveland, the Browns. My midseason MVP is probably going to be Aaron Rodgers, as he scores a touchdown right here. His team is playing so much better. He's finally got some help on defense, which is making his job a little easier. And he's kicking ass with his at his position. There was a little drop off from him last year,
right?
The last couple of years due to injuries and different things. But he's commanding that team. He's running the locker room. He's being a good leader. He's shouting out the defense. He's bigging up his guys. And I think I would pick him or Dak Prescott from the Cowboys.
Solid picks. I mean, despite the fact that the Cowboys struggled their last few games, they turned. He's still been a consummate professional and been balling his ass off.
Leading the NFL in QBR, and for most of the weeks he was second in touchdowns to Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
So he's throwing more touchdowns than everybody else, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers included. He leads the league in QBR, more better than Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers combined. Like, he's doing it, but that skid we had is why I took him down a notch. Even though he played well.
Yeah.
The last game we lost, he had 400 and some yards. He had the second most yards of a Cowboy quarterback in the history of the Cowboys, and we lost.
I want to say he had one bad game during your losing spell. He had that one really, really shitty game where he picked up like 5 points on fantasy that I remember.
Yeah. And that's the week I lost to EJ.
Yeah, was that the only game that he played poorly during that losing spell? Or
Well, that's yeah.
I thought so.
Because in the other games, though, the game we lost to Green Bay, he threw like 2 picks in the first quarter, but then he finished with 460 yards and like 4 touchdowns.
Right.
But we were just down by, it was 31-3 at one point.
Right.
So, couldn't come back. But his numbers, his stats were, overall were pretty fucking good. Moving on, Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year for me, I'm looking at Deshaun. I always fuck up his name. Watson from the
Houston Texans.
Yeah. He's
right.
He's 4th in yards right now in the league. He's got 14 touchdowns this year. And then I'm also looking at your boy Omari Cooper has been playing extremely well this year as well from that wide receiver position, putting up a lot of yards this year, especially in the deep passes. So those are my two front runners for Offensive Player of the Year.
I would throw Dak out there because of the numbers, but I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in this whole thing. Right now, I'm going to give it to Dalvin Cook, running back for the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
That motherfucker is
killing
balling.
Right,
and I skipped him in every fantasy league because of how shitty he was last year.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker is balling now.
Blowing up the fantasy leagues all over the place, putting up hella points.
He's probably number 1 damn near.
Yeah, week after week, he's just been a monster. You're right about that one. That's a solid pick, new.
I like when you mentioned Amari Cooper, but I couldn't put him in there because of the guy who I'm giving Defensive Player of the Year at the Midseason Awards. And that's the cornerback in New Orleans.
The guy
who shut Amari the fuck down. And we shut everybody down. Not just Amari, but like that nigga. And I feel so bad I can't remember his name. But the lead cornerback for the New Orleans Saints is my mid-season pick for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He's shutting everybody down. Nobody can get a pass off on him. And it's Dion-esque. It's Revis Island-esque.
Yeah.
It's Charles Woodson-esque.
Yeah.
It's Champ Bailey-esque. Like,
that's
this nigga is shutting shit the fuck down.
That's saying a lot. Man.
And I give it to him, but if I had to give it to any, if I could give it to one player, I would give it to the New England Patriots defense.
Yeah.
They're doing better than the 85 Bears and that Baltimore Ravens defense from Ray Lewis.
That's crazy.
We'll see if they maintain it for a whole season.
That's crazy.
But if we're talking first half, they're on par to have better seasons than 85 fucking Bears, JB.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got at least one shutout this year, New. They might have a second shutout this year.
They have I think today against Cleveland was the only game where someone scored more than one touchdown. So it's crazy.
That's bananas. My defensive player of the year this year, New, is going to be, I know it's a hometown thing, but Dunbar, defensive back for the Redskins. He's got 4 interceptions.
Washington football team.
Yeah. he's got 4 picks this year, New, playing extremely well from that cornerback position on a shitty team. I mean, our team is not good this year. Let's just call a spade a spade. We're not good. In fact, I wouldn't even say our defense is great, but our defense is getting sacks and turnovers, and he's a big part of that. Second goes to Khalil Mack, who's having another monster season, blowing shit up over there in Chicago, leading the team in tackles right now, and picking up strong sacks. I don't know how many sacks he has, but he's got a few. So those are my 2.
Okay, all right. Top 2 teams in each conference. In the NFC, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers number 1, and I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys number 2. Despite the 49ers and their great record, despite Seattle and what they're doing, despite I can't just say despite this next team. My 2 top teams in the NFC, I gotta take my Cowboys out. It's Green Bay 1, New Orleans 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're forgetting about New Orleans, and that was a big one. And then the other one for me was it's not the 49ers.
You had mentioned Seattle earlier.
That's who it was. Thank you for reminding me. Seattle. Seattle is playing really, really strong this year, and with Russell Wilson playing lights out this year, I think
another sleeping MVP pick.
Yeah, they have a really strong shot at doing something big in the playoffs. You know, they just need to get that offense together a little better. I'd like to see a little more running out of them this year because Russell is doing a little too much right now, in my opinion, in terms of the Seattle formula. You know what I'm saying?
In the AFC, JB, who you got?
In the AFC, the AFC is it's got to be the Patriots because they're undefeated, kind of is what it is. But then there's quite a mix directly beneath them because the AFC West is ridiculous now,
No, the NFC West.
I'm sorry,
not the NFC West.
The NFC West. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. The NFC West is ridiculous right now. I mean, you got.
But we're talking about AFC. Who you 2 AFC?
Okay, so sorry. Wow. I'm fucking up big time. The AFC, the Patriots for me are number 1, and then you gotta look at Kansas City I'd have to put Kansas City in the number 2 spot.
Kansas City would be Patriots, of course.
Yeah,
and Kansas City would be number 2. But without Patrick Mahomes, who will be back any week now, he could have played tonight.
Yeah, he's
they
practicing.
kept him out precautionary.
Exactly.
So while he's out, I'm gonna switch my pick. So we're gonna have the exact same thing, and I'm gonna give it to Baltimore.
Baltimore has been playing well.
Their defense is playing well. They just picked up Patrick Peters, cornerback that was in with the Rams. And he's really a shutdown corner who had a rough start to the season, but he's playing well now that he's been traded to Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson is having an MVP caliber season. Mark Ingram's running well. That young tight end they got is doing well.
Yep.
They got Antonio Brown's cousin, Hollywood Brown. He's a rookie receiver playing well. I would go with I would put money on Baltimore before I would put it on Kansas City, only because we don't know what's up with Mahomes yet.
Yeah. I mean, that's a valid point. Lou. Baltimore has been playing well. The defense has been solid. Lamar Jackson he turned everything around this year.
Yeah, he didn't play for me this week. I lost to you in fantasy because I ain't had my quarterback. so me and JB in 2 different leagues. We got the Parlay Kickback League, and we got the Clay League that we do with F. Mm-hmm. And then the Clay League, my best league, the league where I drafted with my mind. I have an amazing team, and I lost 1 week. That week that Dak had that little number, and I had Lamar Jackson on the bench. Dak and Lamar Jackson were number 1 and 2 in fantasy for like 5 weeks.
Right.
So I would just alternate the two based on the matchup. And one of the matchups, Dak gave me 8 points, and Lamar had like 50 on the bench. I wound up losing that game by 1 point. So I was totally salty about that shit. And
I remember that week.
And this week, yeah, it's crazy. That's week we helped that move. And this week, me and JB are playing, and our game was back neck to neck. I'm up, he's up. I'm up, he's up. I'm up, he's up. And then the 4 o'clock games was separated everything. And JB's like, phew.
Yeah. In the Clay League, I'm in the middle of the road right now. I think I still got a pretty good shot to make the playoffs because I'm scoring decent points. You know, I think I'm ranked like 4th in the league.
Yeah, I'm second in that league.
3rd in scoring, so you know I think I'm 4th on both, 4th in scoring and on the record chart. In our league, a pod named Kickback, I'm 2nd, but I'm only like 80 or so points behind F in that league. So you know I got a pretty good shot in that.
5th, but I won today. I beat beating Mel. Shout out to So Mellow. If I win, I should be number 4 in that league.
Right.
Let's take a look at. This is live, everybody. This is breaking news. We'll see if I'm beating Mel on that. I am projected to win. By 10 points. So
if all things
it's looking like I'm gonna win.
Mm-hmm. How many players y'all got left on?
She has LaShawn McCoy. I have the kicker for Green Bay, Mason Cosby. She has Green Bay's linebacker. She has a linebacker and LaShawn McCoy, and I have just the kicker. But I'm already up by 18 points. Yeah. So it looks like I've scored more than she's projected to even get.
Right.
So hopefully, LaShawn McCoy does not get a lot of yards. And they're down by 14 points, which means they're going to be passing, which means LaShawn McCoy may not get those points.
Yeah.
And that'll put me in somewhere between 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
And JB's in 2nd in that league.
Right.
F is 1. F having the year. He's number 1 already.
Yeah.
In both leagues. And F's league, I'm in 2nd place. I lost today. That'll keep me in 2nd place. And JB, you're in 6th. And you might move up to 5. Mm-hmm. No, well, you could move up to 4. Mm-hmm. Because EJ lost today. Yeah. So we'll both be in the playoffs. I think in both those leagues.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get this done, New. Your surprise teams this year.
My surprise team is the Buffalo Bills. I like what San Francisco did. I thought that they would be a little better. I didn't know that. I'm not convinced with them yet. I got to see more. Buffalo at 5-2 in the AFC out of nowhere. That is the biggest surprise to me. And I would say. There's another team I want to shout out for the biggest surprise, and that would be, let's see, I'll say Atlanta. Atlanta at 1-7.
Yeah,
is a huge surprise to me.
Indeed.
I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? I live in Atlanta, like we live here, and fucking the Falcons are 1-7. 1-7, dog.
Yeah, that's bananas.
That's ridiculous.
And they were in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So yeah, that's crazy. The biggest, San Francisco, you got to shout them out just because nobody expected them to do what they're doing this year. Are they still undefeated or are they a one-loss team now?
They are. Who do they play today? They're 7-0 as of right now.
But anyway, they are a lot hotter than I think anybody
They beat the Panthers. The Panthers were 7-1 till they played the 49ers.
Wow.
The 49ers beat them 51-13.
Jesus.
Okay, let me change my. I'm still going with Buffalo, but the 49ers are definitely impressive.
Yeah. My surprising disappointment is actually the Philadelphia Eagles. They just got to 500 today, but I did not expect them to be 500 right now. So that is a disappointment to me.
Yeah, I hear that. Any Super Bowl prediction? Anything you want to jump on the limb? Make any changes? What you thinking?
No,
Who'd you pick at the beginning of the season? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I know. I think I picked the Cowboys and Chiefs. I think.
Yeah, I might have picked the Chiefs and the Rams.
I would stick with my pick if Patrick Mahomes. I knew he was healthy. I knew he came back healthy, and I knew he would remain healthy. I honestly think the Ravens have the offense to beat New England. New England is playing lights out defense, but they don't have to play against a running quarterback.
Exactly.
That's just a different dynamic that is hard to prepare for.
You're absolutely right. It is a different dynamic, and that's a good insight. I kind of have to go with the Patriots because it's hard to bet against them in the AFC.
Yeah, it is.
In the NFC, in my opinion, it's a bit of a toss-up. I think the Cowboys will probably wind up playing either the Rams or one of our two, or the Saints or the Packers. In all likelihood, I think it's going to be the Packers. I think the Cowboys and the Packers are going to wind up playing in the championship game, and I think it's going to be the Packers. I think the Packers will prevail, so it'll be the Patriots and the Packers in the Super Bowl.
Motherfucker, don't you count my Cowboys?
I just,
God damn it.
Yeah, well, I think the Packers defense I think the Packers defensive line can actually do some work against that Cowboys offense.
Well, they did it. They already did it. But our offensive line was hurt. We were missing both our tackles.
I know.
When we had both our tackles in the game, we're undefeated. Mark my words, bucko. Cowboys are going to the goddamn Super Bowl.
I think that's the matchup we're seeing in the championship game, though, Young. Because I think that the Saints are going to fall apart in the playoffs. I really do.
They've done it 2 years in a row, even though it hasn't always been their fault. They just had playoff debacle after debacle after debacle.
Exactly. It's hard to trust the Saints in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, pretty good show, JB.
I think it was a great show, dude.
Hell yeah.
2 for 2. 2 shows back to back.
We're going to get y'all a guest here. We can get somebody pretty on the sofa
right.
y'all can look at.
Right.
We just want to take a break from having guests for a little bit because it was almost like we had a guest every fucking week.
Yeah.
I got tired of
busy
listening to women. This show's like they're like the man cave. We had women that's on the shoulders, yapping their lips. Like, hold up now.
Yeah, this
shit. A couple weeks ago, we had like 10 guests.
Right.
The whole barbecue. So I'm like, shit.
This is the man cave. You're absolutely right, dude. Absolutely right. Well, it was good. It was good to have some regular, pod name kickback time.
Yeah.
Some new JB time over the waves. I was good for a while, but it's time to get back into it, and we need some more eye candy again.
They ain't gonna be ready when we bring Tara on this joint. White woman from Australia.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be ready for that one. They're gonna be like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
What's going on now?
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
She's from Australia? Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Another fellow podcaster out there. Shout out to
actually
Tara.
doing her show this Tuesday.
Indeed.
And she'll be on with us in about 2 weeks.
Yep.
So there you go. You get you some Australian eye candy. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Good night and God bless y'all.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
a pod named Kickback.
Uno, we out. Breaking news, I don't care.